Thanks for watching the video. We'd like to talk a little bit more specifically about how the iPad jury system works for lawyers, for judges, and for the court system. Imagine you are the juror. Time away from work and from home, you've been summoned. You're asked to analyze hundreds of pages of exhibit documentation, thick trial binders, pressure of decision making, outdated courtroom equipment, hard to read screens, poor viewing angles, obstructed viewing, dry presentations, complex cases, many number and dollar amounts thrown at you with economic experts, short attention span. With all of these variables, we asked ourselves how we could build a better digital presentation system that can enhance not only the jurors' viewing capabilities and overall presentation experience, but also be an advantage to the attorneys, improve the overall courtroom workflow. Introducing the jury iPad system. So what is the jury iPad system? The jury iPad system includes 23 total iPads in each courtroom. 5 of them are exhibit tablets going to the witness, the judge, both counsel, and the clerk. The remaining 18 iPads are streaming only what is being presented throughout the trial. 14 of them are for the jurors. 1 is for the witness, 1 for the judge, 1 for the plaintiff attorney, and 1 for the defense attorney. Before deliberation, the 14 juror iPads are reconfigured and synced to become exhibit iPads containing only the admitted exhibits. Internet-free streaming. No, it's not another Apple TV AirPlay system. MotionLit's robust streaming system works with multiple devices efficiently without any online connectivity issues. This also means that the jurors will have no access to the internet. Number 2, simultaneously presenting exhibits in synchronicity. Sharper viewing with jurors. The iPads are simply an extension or even a replacement of the projector screen with a clearer, more intimate viewing experience for the juror. No matter which courtroom you're in or how big your projector is, with the courtroom lights on, it can be difficult to see the exhibits with a roll-up screen. Number 3, wirelessly playing exhibits on multiple devices. With a wireless system, we are eliminating the old-fashioned projector screen combination of presenting. We are replacing it with a local Wi-Fi network and iPads. By doing so, we are actually helping to eliminate and clean up courtroom clutter by getting rid of cords and electrical wires. Also, setting up and tearing down becomes easier, faster, and most importantly, safer in the courtroom setting. So, how can the jury iPads help the juror? The innovative jury iPad system brings the projector screen into the palm of the juror's hands and shrinks those big heavy printed exhibit binders into a lightweight, cost-effective tablet that is easy to use and fun to view. Attentiveness during trial. There's something to be said about the entertainment value. These days, when you look at any electronic device, you expect to see something entertaining. When the jury is holding the iPads in their hands, they're subconsciously tuning in and engaged in your presentation by physically holding onto the presented exhibits. This helps create a more intimate connection between the juror and the said exhibits. Plus, it will help keep jurors alert during the presentation at hand. Improved viewing. Before now, the jury had always viewed the screen in front of them as the main source of display. Now, they have an alternate view in their hands when the evidence is being presented that is overall clearer and more comfortable to view. Multiple juror tablets in deliberation. Jurors hold and view multiple exhibit tablets without hovering over each other to view one single printed binder in the jury room. This helps make the process easier, faster, and clearer in the decision-making process for jurors. It's easy to handle and search with the iPad binders versus printed binders. After a long trial and an exhausted jury, there's no need to hunt for the pages during deliberation. With the intuitive iPads, it is physically easier to find what the jurors are looking for when referencing material in the digital exhibit book. So why not make it easier for jurors to make the decision process smoother and a more enjoyable experience? How can jury iPads help the attorney before trial? In this budget-conscious economy, the jury iPad system cuts down on added expenses and physical labor in your law firm by cutting out the printing assembly of the binders, which takes hours of time to prepare. Saves admin time. Saves hundreds of hours of office preparation and time. In the office, hundreds of hours of administrative time is being used to produce printed binders. When you receive pages from the expert medical reports, x-rays from experts, or videos and animations that you receive on a disk, this takes up space, time, and money to replicate into printed binders. The Jury iPads cut that time in half by cutting out multiple steps. Instead of printing and assembling hundreds of printed pages into a 3-ring binder, you can provide our trial technician with the digital files. We process and assemble the rest in a fraction of the time. It saves production costs. By choosing the Jury iPad system, you're cutting out added expenses and costs of supplies and vendors' fees associated with printing a binder. We're all familiar with the material items used to hold together a printed binder versus a digital file on an electric tablet. Here's some. 3-ring binders, CDs, dividers, tabs, reams of copy paper, hole puncher, color ink toner to print the exhibits, staples, clips, folders, inserts, tape, and post-its. With electronic tablets, you're reducing all the expenses down to one. Quality for less. It really is quality for less. Preserving the integrity of your files. Take a look at this poor quality scanned color copy exhibit versus the original digital file. You can see the loss in quality. By removing the printed step, you're stepping up the quality of your exhibits by staying in place and keeping the original files the way they started in your computer. Additionally, you're gaining more versatility by using existing applications such as GoodReader or Trial Director, which come with useful tools to help you highlight, annotate, and organize your binders without buying supplies to do it. How can the Jury iPads help the attorney during trial? It's jury-proof. During trial, the jury is unable to access the exhibits in the iPads. They are only able to view what the trial technician is showing. The iPads are purely exhibits and depot viewers. As an extension of the screen during trial, the iPads are only configured to run in display mode. No apps are installed on the iPads other than the viewer app itself. At the end of closing arguments, the iPads are then quickly reconfigured to be document viewing devices. Now the jury will be able to analyze, take notes, paginate, or zoom in and out through the admitted exhibits. Hot seat operator. By hiring MotionLit hot seat operators and trial technicians, you're getting the following: trial preparation, trial equipment, courtroom installation, setup and teardown. Trial support. When you hire MotionLit trial technicians, they are ready around the clock to provide support, upload files, and prepare the iPads with more exhibits for your presentation. Fast syncing jury instructions without reprinting. Updating jury instructions can be really easy with the iPad system. Within minutes, within a short time between breaks, you can sync your revised jury instructions on all 12 iPads. When you're in a bind, you no longer have to worry about finding nearby print shops to print. A thumb drive is about all you need to provide our trial technician, who will then plug it in, and within minutes all the iPads will be in sync with the revised jury instructions and final exhibits included. Providing the jurors with final exhibits for deliberation is a breeze. Our iPad charging and syncing station is custom fitted to plug in and charge all the iPads simultaneously within minutes. It's compatible with any application you'd like to use. If you have your own hardware with a custom application, it can be plugged into MotionLit's system and put on display. With our system, you can motivate the other side as well. Just imagine that you're ready for trial and the other side isn't ready with the same high-tech presentation tools. What you're doing is motivating the other side to go in with you on this technology and split the costs, saving costs and rental costs. With only a one-time nominal service charge, MotionLit's Jury iPad system costs $0 to rent, provided that our trial technician runs your trial. We think of it like hiring a plumber. When you hire a plumber to come and fix your plumbing system, they don't charge you for rent, they don't charge you for their wrench and tools. They just do the job and provide a flat service fee. Our pricing works a lot like that in the sense that we're not going to charge you for rental equipment. MotionLit's Jury iPad system costs $0 to rent, provided that our trial technician runs your trial. when you're hiring our trial technician, all the equipment, all the iPads come for free. How can the jury iPad system help the attorney after trial? Well, archiving your files becomes a lot easier, and it can be done without taking up space and real estate in the office. Shredding papers or hiring vendors to get rid of boxes and boxes of papers is expensive. And with the iPad system, a matter of minutes, you can archive and delete all the records that you want. In court, how can this system help me during trial? With the court's dire financial situation, cost is a big concern inside the courtroom. The jury iPad system really is the technology solution which will save tremendous costs, time, space for the courts. Efficient trial setup. The jury iPad system also offers the courts an efficient trial setup inside the courtroom. The judge wants to make sure the trial is speedy, timely trial where everything, including the equipment, runs smoothly. The jury iPad system helps make this equation possible by simplifying the courtroom setup. Saves time in court. Search and locate the records faster. The opposing counsel and the judge read and paginate through spiral-bound deposition books to view objections and check for relevancy in order to rule on the objections. This can be done easily on the iPads. Flipping through all the paperwork and hundreds of pages is eliminated with the electronic tablets. Even if you don't have your documents scanned for a nominal fee, we can bring our mobile scanners to your location and digitize your files. The jury iPad system helps save time for the courts, which moves the case along quicker. The clerk oftentimes searches through the deposition volumes to find the correct deposition transcript for the judge. If the clerk can't find it, the lawyer hands the judge the correct deposition in order to speed things along. This can now be avoided by using MotionLit's electronic system to quickly call up the correct volume with little or no downtime. Unique witness tablets. As opposed to having 2 or 3 more witness exhibit binders at the witness stand or sometimes stacked on the floor behind the witness, one single iPad can be placed in the hands of the witness to review as a document viewer. Digital witness exhibit binders are made specially to allow the witness to have a first-hand view independently at the exhibits, to look through and authenticate the documents before it's presented to the jury. Jury iPad system saves space in the courtroom. For courtrooms big or small, it is always a clutter when dealing with banker boxes and stacks of binders in and around the courtrooms. With the iPads, this is eliminated, which helps create a clean environment and ultimately an organized courtroom. Last but not least, we'd like to say a few words about MotionLit's goals. At MotionLit, we believe our jury iPad system is not only the leading trial presentation system for lawyers, but also by implementing a technologically advanced, more streamlined, and innovative presentation system at a much lower cost and maintenance, courtrooms across the country will be saving millions of dollars on overhead, maintenance, and material costs. Additionally, the courts will begin to see the results of a more efficient and green workflow across the board. It's time to replace trial books with our jury iPad system and begin implementing the technologies of the modern world into the courtrooms.